So here we are. Welcome, everybody. Lovely to see you all. Today's topic is, yes, interconnection for sure. But I want to do the heart healing that I once upon a time was taught by Michael Rhodes, who is an enlightened teacher who has passed away, unfortunately, this last year. But he became a really good friend. And I won't, do it exactly in the way that he is taught. I will basically use the framework, but the exercise that he developed was really about a very deep and profound healing on the heart, working through the four chambers and really healing on multiple levels. And what I mean by that is going through different rooms in your heart, symbolizing certain topics in your life, and healing your heart on a cellular level, an emotional level, an energetic level, a spiritual level, emotion, so there's many levels involved. And you don't have to think about this today. You just let me follow you. Um, I always recommend to have a pen and paper handy if you like to write. Some people might just want to keep their eyes closed the whole session. That's totally fine. Whatever works best for you, right? Um, why did I come up with this session of the heart meditation? Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but always during the end of the year, I feel that the energies are a little bit more tense. There's just a little bit more disturbance, a push almost in the energy field. And I think this year is even be bigger than I've ever seen it. I've got a lot of clients coming to me with serious health issues, with big events in their lives, and it means, and when I get that in a hurdle, like when I have that happen and I see that coming to me, I know that the energy is pushing us through a shift. I look at the bigger picture. And I've also been told by a spiritual colleague that there is a shift going on in moving from an old paradigm to a new paradigm. And it almost feels like you're first being pushed through the ringer towards the other end. Now, for some of you, if you're completely on track and you're happy and your soul path is walking pretty happily in the moment, then you won't maybe feel it as much because you're in alignment. But if you're not quite in alignment and you feel a little bit more stressed lately, or you feel, yeah, there is an urge in you, something wants to change, but it's not quite happening, or you might have physical issues more than normal, or you do have friends around you that are going through some bigger stuff, then that's often, kind of a wake-up call to ask yourself the question, am I where I need to be? And where do I want to go? And the heart is the best place to ask, right? It's the best place to connect with, because I call that the doorway to your soul. Now, the heart stores all our memories, and that's good and bad, on a cellular memory. So you have to imagine that if you have childhood wounds, things happen to you. Your parents might have said things to you or not said things to you or not seen you, and it hurt. Now, the heart is where you take that in. If I look at it from psychic surgery, so from an energetic level, it might look or show up as a little knife in your heart, little knives or little scars or little. But it doesn't mean that it can't be released or healed on an energetic level. And that's what I want to work with today. I want to really go into your heart chambers and to look at different topics where you're at with your heart and release it energetically. Because if you can release it energetically, you can release it emotionally and physically as well. That's the law of attraction. So, what we're going to do is we're going to look at, different rooms in your heart which embody, it might be the childhood wounds. I am not inviting you to necessarily relive those. It's not important. It's just about the visual that you get, the energy that you feel, and then I'll guide you. We're clearing it out. So it's basically just a release, and you don't need to know around what or why. You might have an inkling or a glimpse. If tears come, that's fine, but it's not meant to be a really deep, like the hypnosis session I did in the last time, where you really work through that stuff. It's more energetically, understanding what's there and releasing it. And then we go to the next room where we will also look at, there's one thing about being hurt by others or situations, right? And that's the energy that we store. But there's also our own mind and our own thoughts about ourselves. And the one thing that really hit me when I went to Michael Rhodes intensives, years back, is he would hold kind of like I think it was kind of like a plastic heart. He showed it, and he would hold it up for the whole room, and he would say, "Listen, every time you have a negative thought about yourself, this is what happens." And he slammed his fist in that heart, and I could physically feel it, right? It physically hurt me even looking at it. And he said, "This is what you energetically do. Even every time you say to yourself, you're not good enough, you're a fuckwit, you're idiot, you're stupid, all these things we sometimes say to ourselves, right? And you're not, why you're not doing it, you're not capable, you should, you need to, you have to, all these, kind of, um, I want to say imposements we put on ourselves, right? Now, when you do that, the heart takes those blows, and we keep that in as well. So I want to clear that out. Okay. Any negative thought you've ever had, let's clear it out today. Let's just go in there and just release that, right? Because energetically, when you give yourself permission to let go of that, your heart will be more than happy to let go of that. Right. Then we'll go to a room also that is, funnily enough, about something you will be surprised about, but it is about, all the needs that we have, all the things we think we should have, and then the disappointment when we don't, and I call it poverty thinking or lack belief, and I'll guide you through that. I won't explain it any more than I do now, but we will replenish and heal that. And then the last room is all about putting in there whatever it is that your heart truly wants to hear, so we're really going to reframe that, energetically giving it a boost. But it will also then afterwards, we'll have a good chat with your heart. What is your desire? What is it that you really want? What is that next level? Now it's cleared, and now there's nothing, the clutter is gone and it's not in your way anymore. Let's see what comes up. So let's just, it's nice that I explained this. I do this often so that during the session, your mind might think, oh, what am I seeing? What am I doing? And I wanted to explain it so that now, after I stop, explaining, but bring you into the meditation, the only thing you need to do is follow my voice and just see whatever happens, and trust whatever you see, whatever you feel is perfect. Yeah. So I hope you're all ready to just open up your wonderful spinal column. And if you've worked with me, you know that I always open up a cross symbol. And that means that we're opening up the bar from our spinal column all up to the top of our heads, and also a bar over our shoulders. And why do we do that? Because when we open up the channel from the tailbone to the head, it really opens up all your chakras. It opens up the alignment from the earth to the universe. And when you open up the bar over your shoulders, it's opening up your heart chakra and connecting you with humanity. So it stands for conscious man. So I'd love for you to just close your eyes, be completely relaxed if you can. And the only thing you need to do is to just fall backwards into that cross symbol, into that spinal column. And what it will do for you energetically when you're in that position is that you teach the body to be in the observation, to be in the witness. So if you're in it, it's a drama. When you witness it, it's a comedy. So being in that wonderful state, you might even look, see, and feel and experience, what does your cross symbol look like? Today, is it gold? Is it silver? Is it crystal? Is it wood? Whatever you can think of is perfect. It just kind of indicates the level where you're at and the energy frequency your body wants to be. So often when it's wood, your body wants to ground. When it's golden, it wants you to feel some empowerment often. But maybe when it's crystal, it wants you to just feel lighter. So ask also your body, because this is what I love about our energies and our bodies. Your body will know instantly why it's there and what it needs. So when you observe and admire and align this cross symbol within yourself, what is the message for you, in whatever way it looks? What is it that it wants to give you today? And then there's the first word that comes up. And for the people that want me to kind of look with them in this session, you can always chat in the chat box what comes up for you so I can read what your cross symbol looks like or what your message is. But if you want to keep your eyes closed and just receive the meditation, then that's totally fine as well. So I'd love for you now to completely just lean back, open up, and then extend that cross symbol into the earth, as I always do. Because when you extend it into the earth, you really dig in that cross symbol into the earth, really aligning it, really rooting it in, and then drinking in all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the lovely energy that your body so needs. So really bring it into your spinal column, drink it up, up, up. Feel it, really feel that beautiful cross symbol up. And from there in the rest of your body. So you feel maybe you see one color, or maybe you see a myriad of colors. It's all perfect. Whatever you see is perfect. Just drink it in and let it go into your lungs, into your throat, into your face, into your wonderful tummy, your arms, your legs, your hips. And you just drink it in every cell of your body. Just a replenishment, wonderful replenishment. And whatever you need, your body will know. Just drink it in. And whilst you're drinking this in, grounding yourself, replenishing yourself, I always talk about this as if you are charging your phone, but this time you're charging your body. You just plug it into the earth. It's a free source and it will instantly charge you, right? Now you extend and connect that same kind of bar into the universe. You extend the cross symbol into the universe, and some people might just go up a couple of meters, right? So whether you go a couple of meters or straight into the universe, just as high as feels comfortable and possible for you, and then root in that energy. Immediately feel buckets of love and light pouring down. It might be a color, it might be an energy, but just know that when you're connecting there, you're connecting to the highest level of inner wisdom, of source. Some of you might call it universe, some of you might call it your guidance and your angels. Whatever you connect to is perfect. Now feel that energy pouring down and releasing and relaxing your body. So you feel your brain relaxing, your wonderful jaw, which holds a lot of tension. You feel your throat relaxing, your shoulders, your wonderful lungs again, your tummy, your hips, your upper legs, your knees, your calves, and your feet. And you basically just tell your body, whatever doesn't serve my body, I'm letting it go now. And you immediately feel that it's releasing and relaxing easily and effortlessly. Any tension, any heat, just let it go. Now bring those two sources together in your heart and really feel that it's accumulating quite easily and expanding. So you feel it come into your heart, it's going forwards, backwards, upwards, downwards. You feel this big sun opening up. I always feel this yippee feeling. And you just expand it outwards as big as you can, as big as you stretch your arms out. And you kind of feel now that you're surrounding it with this transparent layer, which means that you're now in a bubble. You're in this wonderful bubble and you're just basically bathing into it, still being replenished by the earth and the universe energy, filling it up. And you know that you're now in the highest frequency. This exercise is something that I've derived from different energy workers and shamans. And it's one of the best ways to instantly align yourself, energize yourself, and keep yourself energized and protected during the day. Now, from this place, we're going to connect with the heart, right? Some of you might start with maybe even their hand on their heart just to connect with it. You don't have to. But I'd love for you to really make yourself small and kind of connect with your heart as if you're in there. So we're just all having a little dive into our hearts, almost like we're, really like a small energy. And if you've worked with the dragons with me, you can just dive in through a dragon. But if you're in there, you see yourself in the middle of your heart and you see this wonderful staircase with 10 steps. And I want you to step on the staircase. You're on the top of the staircase in the midst of your heart, and you start to descend slowly from 10 to 9, sinking deeper, drifting deeper into an awareness of yourself. And you're moving along now from 9 to 8 to 7, sinking and drifting to an even deeper connection with yourself, your heart, your soul. And then you go deeper, step 6 and 5 and 4, and you feel this deep connection to your heart, to everything that you are. You're moving along to step 3 and 2, and every heartbeat you hear will only bring you deeper. Every breath will bring you deeper. And then you move on to step 1, and then you're in the core of your heart, and you really breathe in the absolute color that comes up right now for you. Just it might be purple, might be white, might be yellow, might even be a color you don't like. The first color that comes up, and you just breathe it in. You're standing in the midst of your heart. Breathe that color in, and then expand it and kind of really cover your whole heart with it. And in doing that, you truly connect within and around your heart with yourself on an energetic, physical, and emotional level. And we're going to start into the first room. So it's almost like it's a little house now. And you're opening the door for the first chamber of your heart. And the first thing that you see is clutter, lots and lots of clutter. We've started with the room of the childhood tragedies and wounds. And again, sometimes we can find knives, old toys, black stuff, whatever your perception lets you see. Some of you might just feel some dust is there. Whatever is there, don't make it mean something. It just shows itself in a way, right? But it's a full room. We all have, doesn't matter how good your childhood was, we all have some traumas and some wounds there. Things that people might have said to us, things that people didn't do that we so wanted them to do, rejections we felt, all these things that we've gone through in our lives are stored in this room. And for me, the first time I walked into this one, it was completely full with old toys and old clutter and old, almost cobwebs. And there was a lot of stuff in there. So the first thing we do is now you're observing all this clutter, right? And this pain. You might even find knives in there and sticks and, you know, bats. It doesn't matter. You're going to open up a big window, and that window immediately brings light to this room, and you open the room really wide from that window. And the moment that window is open, you start to kind of brush and shove all these old memories, these old wounds, these old knives from this room. You just chuck it all out. You just start to and it's easy. It's really literally, you just grab it. And if you work with dragons or with angels or with anything like that, and you believe in that, you let them help you, right? But it's really your mind decides how quick you want to do this. I always like to think that I can just blow it out of the window in one go, right? But sometimes, because there's such old wounds from young childhood as well, you just need to be a little bit more persistent. You might get a broom out there to broom out the last bit. You might get a vacuum cleaner. I love the vacuum cleaner to really get to the corners and really I'd love for you to really do that. Now, physically, they call this psychic surgery because you're literally visualizing being in your heart. And I can tell you, when you can visualize this, you will feel it in your heart, and your heart will feel it as well. And I have had people with heart issues that after this session, either completely cured or had a huge shift in their symptoms just because of this, right? So just go with your visualizations, go with your intentions, just really clear this room out, front and back and sides, and really feel that it's opening up and it's getting lighter. And then I'd love for you, once you're really getting it all out and it's getting lighter, to maybe even bring white, really vibrant colors to the walls. So you're cleaning the walls, and you feel that the walls immediately becoming really bright and white. So every wall in the room, it goes really easy. It's like those erasers, you can just erase those walls, make them really sparkly and clean, even the floors, even the ceiling. I'd love for you to really clear the rooms up to a way where every wall is sparkly, and you feel that the last bits of dust are flowing out of the window. And then you make the intent, okay, room clean now. And all the last little bits just blow out. And then we're going to reinstall it and remember are good memories, are fun memories, even if you can't, because funny, hey, the mind always loves to remember the bad memories, but doesn't always remember the good ones. But I'd love for you to just tap into those and, in worst case, fake it until you make it, but really put in some good memories where you were really truly happy, where you were laughing out loud, where you were carefree, whether you were with friends or your family, or whether you were just by yourself, with an animal, but just fill it with joy, fill it with laughter, fill it with carefreeness, fill it with happy memories, and feel that that room is now palpably growing in energy. You might even just put a big fat smile in that room or on each wall, and you can just feel the gratitude of these happy memories. You feel the gratitude of all the things that you have done in your life that you truly admire, people in your life that you so love. So you feel that that room starts to burst and open to a bigger extent of gratitude, of happiness, of higher frequency. And really, really, good memories. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Even if you pick just one and just really dive into that one and really help your heart remember, and how you help your heart remember of something good is being so grateful, basically say, oh, I'm so grateful that I had that experience. And you might have many. Some of you might go through many memories now, and some of you might only indulge one or two, which is perfectly fine. And now feel with these happy memories and the gratitude. You might want to put on each wall just one word for that memory. So it might have been joy, it might have been play, it might have been innocence, it might have been carefree, it might have been dancing, just a few words in that heart chamber where you feel, yes, this is how I want this room to feel. And when you truly do that, you feel that room is starting to get even lighter, more vibrant, happier. And then you look around, you have one more good look. You can always go back to this room. You can always put more in there. But for now, it feels good. You kind of, you can decide, instead of having the window open, you close the window, but you put a chimney in there. You put a chimney in the room so that if there's any bad memories happening to you, we're all human, so we all have those experiences. You've got a chimney that works it out for you straight away, right? So this chimney is there to help you relieve any pains and will help you also. I've noticed that when I started doing that with people that were prone to heart attacks or to heart issues, that would really help them release the tightness of their hearts. Okay, so thanks for sharing that, MC. So the only thing you do now is just holding your inner child. So if you don't have happy memory, just you hold your child and rock her, and you just tell her that she's okay, right? And it's not for nothing that you're here. So that needed to come out, right? That release needed to come out. So just rock her and tell her she's totally okay, and tell her you love her and that you will come back in the next days and weeks. You will remember good memories and you can re-implement them there, right? So just whilst you are healing her, in the next room, there will be more healing coming, right? Especially to your self-talk will be a really good one for you. So just know that. And even ask, your friends or your family to help you remember some happy memories there. And even until when you want to fake it, right? But right now for you, it needs a release. You need to release more than implement, which is fine. There's a time for everything. So when everybody is ready, let's go to the next room, right? You just leave this room, just put big smiles in there. Even if it doesn't feel like it, when you put it in there, your body and your mind think that is the truth. Even if you put in a color pink for happy. So maybe that's the last thing we do before we go to the new room, and that will help you as well, and say, is to bring in a color for a happy feeling, whatever the feeling is, just might be happiness, might be joyful, might be playful, but just a color. And just kind of finish the exercise with this room by just really drenching and expanding this room in this color. So it might be pink, might be white, might be blue, but just really happy feeling. And again, if you don't feel it, doesn't matter, because if you think it, your brain and body will catch up and believe it. So then you leave that room with that color, with that happier feeling, and then you move on to the next room. And you open the door, and in that door, again, it might look completely different, it might look similar, but this is all the critical thoughts and feelings you've ever had about yourself, right? And again, it might look like knives, it might look like little balls of paper, it might look like, a blob of energy, but whatever it looks like, any negative thought you've ever had, again, it might be all broken things, whatever it looks like. Now, some of you might have a big room full of stuff and it might look confronting, right? Don't judge it. Don't attach any meaning to it. Just observe it. Go, hey, this is interesting. I've got more inner critic thoughts than I thought, right? Or it might be less. So you walk up, create a window straight away, open it up, and here you go again. You start to really throw all those inner critic thoughts, whether you're not good enough, not capable, you're stupid, just throw it out of the window, whatever those thoughts were. All the negative thoughts, I will never heal, this will never end, when will I ever, just throw it out of the window. Just, it's so incredibly liberating when you do that. Anything that you've ever thought that is negative and impacting your heart in a negative way is now being thrown out. And again, use your vacuum cleaner, use your broom, your brush, whatever works, whatever your cleaning toolkit wants to do. Just really, really, really clear it out, right? Throw it out, even to the back of that room. Yeah, the back of your heart. Because I feel when I'm talking about this, my heart is responding, because I'm energetically quite conscious and aligned. But I feel that room starting to release and relax. So with me nowadays, I don't have so many critical thoughts, but I have a lot of shoots. Need to do this, should do this, have to. So instead of those shoots and have tos, replace it with something more positive about yourself. So get the last bits out, make it one big sweep. And for me, instead of the should, have to, must, I replace it by I love to, I choose to, I want to. That alone is a lot better approach. This room starts to calm down much better. But also put in the words that your inner child so wanted to hear, right? So it might be you're good enough, you're capable, you're lovable, you're amazing, just compliments. There's no better healing for anyone than compliments. And you can wait for your parents to give it to you. You can wait to other authority figures or your partner or your friends to tell you. But nobody can do it better than you, because you know yourself. So you know what you need, right? So what are the words that you want to give yourself? Really, really just let your heart tell you, instead of you with your mind imposing it, right? What is it that your heart needs to hear from you? Again, if you want to share it with me so I can see where you're at, that's fine. What is it that your heart wants to hear? So I always loved to hear that I was lovable, capable, I was a good person. Loved that one, because when we're little, we often think we don't do it right. If we have a parent that, criticizes you a little bit more, than you were capable of receiving. And you think, oh, I'm a bad person. I'm not doing this right. So keep listening to what your heart is drinking in as a new cellular memory of the words you want to say to yourself. You're capable, you're lovable, you're enough, you're worthy, you're good enough. And you drink that in and you feel that room shining, right? You might, again, clean the walls, get your eraser out and put those words on the walls, right? Really implement it in that room. And when you do that again, to give yourself the good words, the positive words, what color would you like to put in this room to give it a really good feel? Right? So let's say, what is your most important word? We all love all the words that I just said, right? Your subconscious loves drinking that in. Your heart loves drinking that in. But what is your most important word? Is it I'm enough, you belong, you're good enough, you're a good person, you're perfect just the way you are? What is the most important sentence or word that your heart needs? And give that sentence or word a color, and then drink that color in this room. Drink it in. Bring that color in. And feel that your heart now has two very happy, glowing rooms. Feel that your heart is feeling, again, big smiles in both rooms. Now, having done that, I would love for you now to go to the third room. And in the third room, I would love for you to look at whether it, and be really honest, whether it's full or not. Because how I was taught, often this room, for some people were surprised that they couldn't hardly even open the door because it was so full. And it was all the wishes and expectations they had in their lives, all the needs. So open the door and see how full it is. Again, it can be with, I even have had people have cars in there that they wanted but never got, or houses in there, physical needs that they thought they wanted, buckets of money, that they truly wanted, the right partner. And it's good to want those things, but not from a sense of desperation and that if you don't have them, you're not happy, right? Then it becomes expectations and it weighs on the heart because the heart then feels every time so disappointed when it doesn't get that. So start opening the window immediately oh, and don't forget to put a chimney in the other room. Sorry, I forgot that, guys. Put a chimney in the room, close the window, go back to the other room, put a chimney in there so that, if you ever have those critical thoughts about yourself, that your heart knows how to release them very quickly for you. Yeah. So you don't have to hold on to those. And then once you've done that, you go back to this room and you start clearing it out. All those expectations, all the things you thought you wanted, just clear them out. And again, get everything out. Some might broom it, brush it, vacuum clean it. Take your time. Really make sure that you get that out of your room of expectations, right? Because this is what they call the room of poverty, because it's the lack belief, it's the fear of not having instead of, the abundance of already having exactly what you need, right? So really keep clearing, keep vacuum cleaning, keep going. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, good. Okay, so keep clearing it out, cleaning it out, vacuum cleaning, brooming it. And then once it's completely clear and clean, what I'd love for you to do is to also feel, what is it that you do have in your life? What is the gratitude that you're so happy about? Right? So really fill this room, replenish this room with the gratitude for everything that you have, your kids, your pets, your house, your roof over your head, the clients that you might have, the work, the things that you do love in your life. Really, really feel the gratitude of that. You might have a good friend, you might have, sometimes it's as simple as having a lovely bed that you sleep in every night. There's always something to be grateful for. Your body, that it's still breathing for you, all the things that you really, really love and appreciate in your life. So start to feel that gratitude. And if you can only think of one or two or three things, just really blow them up. Really feel that, how grateful you are with these certain people and things in your life that are so appreciative, so wonderful, such a rich feeling. And in doing that, this room starts to get lighter, brighter, happier. You might even, again, clean those walls out with an eraser, make them shiny and white, and feel every little thing that you're grateful for on those walls. Whether it's your kids, whether it's your work, whether it's your body, whether it's your health, whether it's your, relationship. And if it's none of those things, the thing that you are grateful for, your pet, the roof over your head, the food you had this morning, the shower you could take, all those simple little things. And then when you truly, truly connect with that gratitude, I also want you to feel that your heart, and this part is also part of this room, has always got one part in your life that is unlived. There's always one part that your heart truly wants, but you haven't quite lived it yet. And it can't, and sometimes it's on the field of on the area of work. Sometimes it's on the area of health. Sometimes it's on the area of relationships, right? Just ask your heart, even though you're now grateful and you have opened this up and really, really brought it to a higher frequency, what is the one thing that might still feel unlived for you? Right? Whatever the topic is, tell your heart, okay, I am not putting this out as an expectation or as a lack belief. I'm going to put this out as, a connection to my higher wisdom, as a wish. And I'm going to commit to myself to make steps towards that, even if it is tiny or small. So this time it's positive anticipation instead of negative anticipation, worry of not having things, right? Put a little gem, a little seed in there for positive anticipation to see where can you go to start walking that unlived life and to also bring the right sources to you, people to you, options to you that can help you do that. And we will do that in 4 weeks' time in the shaman journey as well. If you're interested, we can really go deep in putting that out in a manifestation. But for now, really, really feel that you're putting that out and you bring this one also to the next room. And that what I mean with the next room, you've put the seed in this room, but you bring the wish with you. So you leave the room happy, of happy anticipation. Again, you put a color in there, a color with a good feeling of happy anticipation. Might be a completely different color. You might have the same colors in all rooms. Big smile in this room. And then you go to the last room and you open the door. And this is a very interesting room because it's completely blank. Oh, don't forget to put your chimney in. If you ever have unwanted needs or wanted needs, bring that chimney into the third room as well and let your heart immediately release it. Whenever it is an expectation that becomes a negative anticipation that weighs on your heart, tell your chimney to just take it out for you, release it, and it will do it for you. It's like reprogramming the body on a cellular level. And then we're going to the fourth room. And when you're going to the fourth room, what I'd love for you to do now, step into this empty room. And this empty room is really there for you to write on for yourself. It's like the room where you are a full creator. That's why I said bring the seed of, the happy anticipation for your unlived life. This is the room where you can make your life exactly the way that you want. So first of all, look at those bright, sparkly walls, right? I'd love for you to write in some spiritual or deeper connected sentences or words that if you really embed that in your heart, it makes you feel really good. So I will give you a few examples, right? It could be like, wherever I focus, my energy flows. You can write that on your wall in your heart. Or I choose love, or I am love, or I am light. And you can put these sentences on each wall and you can keep writing. I choose truth. You can put freedom there, flow, ease. I always love to put abundance in there. True nature and purpose, soul connection. Put all the things in there that truly matter to you as a being, that really truly matter to your heart, and let your heart tell you which sentences and words to use. And use colors, write them on each wall, play with it, write them bigger and smaller, different kind of shapes, because you are a creator. We all are. We are incredible energetic beings and we can create whatever we want. With quantum physics, they've now proven that whatever your mind, thinks and creates, that's then the truth, because your mind doesn't make a difference between thinking or visualizing something and actually, you know, seeing it. So that's the beauty of energy. And that's where I want you all to really, really realize that whatever you write in here, whatever you create, so writing in these words, feel that this room starts to get bigger, more open. And then let's visualize that unlived life, right? Let's put it in here. The seed is planted in the other room because it needed to heal, but let's already envision it, feel it, experience it on a spiritual, emotional, physical level. Really feel that you've stepped into that. And it might be a next level for work. It might be, again, relational. It might be just shining your light. It might be full, radiant health. It might be a truly happy soul relationship, whatever it is. Just truly, truly feel that you're already having that in this room. You're feeling it, you're thinking it, you're experiencing it. And again, this room doesn't need a chimney, but it's good to put it in each room because it will help your heart release on multiple levels. If there's ever a negative thought in this room or a feeling, your heart will take care of it now. So really, really feeling if there is something here that wants to give you a message, because this is your heart and your heart is your doorway to your soul. And the soul is the truth of who you are, right? It's your inner true wisdom. What can you do in your life right now to take a step towards that? Is there anything that you could do practically, actively already? Let this room, this part of your heart tell you. And you receive it. If you don't hear anything yet, don't worry. You can always go back. And again, the shaman journey will be there in 2 weeks, and that will really be helpful as well. Oh, in 4 weeks. Sorry. So then what you do is you really connect those rooms together and you feel like your heart is now one whole beautiful energy. You put a big fat smile in your whole heart and you're kind of dancing between the rooms. You're still in your heart, right? And you really acknowledge your heart. You celebrate your heart. And then, whilst you're still in your heart, you ask your heart, what is your deepest desire? If you have not gotten that message yet, it might just tell you. And it might be as simple as freedom, play, joy. And for some of you, it might be take some rest. It can be very simple. And you listen to your heart and you acknowledge your heart. And then you see that wonderful staircase and you start walking that staircase up from 1 to 2, feeling much lighter, to 3, feeling excited for what your heart and your soul are going to put into this world. You feel how go from 4 to 5 to 6. You're feeling also relief and an expansion into your energy. And then you move the whole staircase up from 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. And then you're back into your body. You feel the cross symbol again. You feel your wonderful body. You sit on the chair or lay on the couch, wherever you are. And then one more time, right? You just really connect the heart with your rest of your body because your body is a very, very whole universe and it's connected to your heart, and your heart is kind of the center of it. So now you've healed and opened and relaxed and enlightened your heart. Let now the ripple effect kind of take place into your body. So now feel that that energy is opening up to your chest, to your lungs, releasing any old kind of feelings there, even to your shoulders, releasing that stress that we put on ourselves, connecting that light to your throat so that we can speak more freely and truthfully, into your head, out your arms and your fingertips, whatever doesn't serve your body, going deeply into your wonderful tummy, your hips, your legs. Really connect the whole body with your heart. Feel it go to your feet as well. For the ones that have worked with me that know about the wings, I would definitely open up your wings as well to both sides to really stretch out, your energy field and bring them around your body, kind of move them around. And then feeling this and experience this. I'd love for you to really know that if you do this exercise even once a year, it will help you so much in clearing and cleansing your heart and getting more connection with your heart and what you truly want and how to get there. It's a really good exercise to do, and it's really healthy for heart health. So now you've done that, you can open up your eyes, and just letting you know that, yeah, if you really were resonating with that manifestation part, because it is this time frame that I spoke about, um, it's a really lovely thing to do, the shaman journey. That's in about 4 weeks. So that's the 24th of November. I always do it at the end of the year, but I'm away in December, so a little bit earlier this time. But that's where we really will go through those three layers of past, now, and future, where we really look at what do we want to let go of and kind of be grateful for, but not bring to the new year. What are we keeping in the now, and what are we actually putting out there in the future? And then it's literally on those shaman levels of earth, planet, and higher levels, using um, our energy on a very deep level. So there, I often work with a medicine bag. I'll send the email out as well for the ones that are interested. And for the ones that have done it with me each year, I will change it up quite a bit this year as well, so that there is a little bit of a new element for you as well. We will talk to our past self and our future self, for example, which is a really potent way to access our inner knowledge, our inner wisdom. Um, and I'm also doing a summit, guys. If you're interested in Neuro Thrive, it's a Neuro Thrive summit. It's about the nervous system. So yeah, beautiful. Hey, but I will send the email, and you can join and sign up for that. The summit is free. That's in 2 weeks, and I'll do that with other women as well. It's all about your nervous system. So there's one woman talking about the gut, one will do hormones, one will talk about the mind-body connection, one about relationships, and I will do the energy mastery, which most of you know, but I really, really think that even if you join that one, you will see where you're at with your energy right now, which is always a really good bonus. I kick off on the summit, so at 8 a.m. in the morning for the Dutchies. So if that's not too early on your Sunday, I'd love to see you there. But yeah, I would love to hear just one sentence, what you heard, what came up for you today. I would love to, I know I would wish I could hear all your stories, right? But because we are with so many, I would love for you to just chat. What was your biggest release or epiphany, or your biggest sentence, or maybe even one word that you took from today? I'd love to hear, um, because it so helps me understand also what you got out of this. Trust life with a smile. Love it. Love and peace, positive anticipation, love, adventure, creative expression, shine, flow with and in the now. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. I feel full of love. Oh, great. Yes, I love this. Love, love, love. Acceptance. Beautiful. Thank you. Um, Really nice to hear. Good enough. Create and play. Yes, so important, isn't it, Serena? Yeah. I love that. Loving me. Yay, teen. I agree. All's good right now. Love open, overflowing with love and led by God. Beautiful. Oh, thank you all for your shares, because that also brings the workshop a little bit more together. It's so nice to have that share. And I always like to kind of end a little bit lightheartedly. So if we bring it back to one word and the last thing you ate, guys, I do this. So for me, I ate an apple. So I am a very happy apple today. So how are you guys? Pizza. Good. A happy pear, a joyful pear, a soft apple, a trust kiwi, a satisfied salmon. I love it, Chris. Yeah, it kind of shows us whether it's morning or evening with us. That's beautiful. A content yogurt, a relaxed lemon butter, a sparkling latte. Oh, I love it. You can't make this up. A fun matcha latte. Love it, Anu. Beautiful. Oh, thank you guys. I really loved hearing your feedback. And yeah, creative creme brulee. Oh, keep them coming. So welcome. I hope you have all a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, and I'll keep you posted. A joyous yogurt. Wonderful cats. Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, it's beautiful to have pets. They really ground you. Yeah. Well, guys, yeah, I hope to see you at the summit, the Shaman Journey. I'd love to have you all there. But for now, this was my last free meditation. Summit will be free though. And yeah, have a wonderful new year if I don't see you. And have a beautiful Sunday. And big love to you all. Yeah. See ya. Bye.